So this story takes place at my work in the bakery and deli. I changed the names of the people in this story to protect their identities just in case. And in this story is when I had to stand up to a bully. Previous events with, we're going to call her Karen for this story. She basically acted like a manager. She wanted to be a manager, but the decisions she would make were not even policy at all. It was, how can I get out of work? How can I bully someone into doing my job? I was not in the same department as her. She was in the deli. I'm in the bakery. I'm a cake decorator. And being a witness to someone getting harassed, bullied, I just couldn't stand by and do nothing. And what bullies do when you're in a vulnerable state, that's when they pick on you. That's when they decide to do what they do. Our coworker James, he had just lost 3 family members, so he was in that vulnerable state. So he was prime. That's who I'm gonna pick on. And that's what Karen did. So it's been about 3 days in a row of Karen trying to close slicers at 6 o'clock, which is a big no-no. That is prime time for sales. So she starts yelling at James because he is slicing meat. I said that slicers is closed. I don't know who you think you are. When I have the lights off and you're turning it back on, you're going against what I do, and I'm tired of it. So I'm listening to this, and I go to her, I'm like, hey, I happen to hear what you're saying, and slices close at 7 when there's 2 closers, and there's 8 at 8 when there's 3. And she does a lot of cursing with this, but I'm going to leave this out for the purpose of this is a college personal speech. I don't know who you think you are to question me. This is not your department. I don't know who you think you are to talk to me at all. And just acting like she's above me when she's below my pay grade, but besides the point, but like ignorance. And I'm like, you just bully whoever you want to bully when you do stuff against company policy, and you try to say what our manager said, when I know you're either not calling her at all, and you shouldn't be calling her because she's an hourly associate, and that is against company policy as well. You need to talk to the manager that's on duty. And she continues cursing and everything, so I walk away, and I find out what the manager actually said, which was the same of what I said. So I came back, and she overhears me telling my other coworkers, saying, yeah, she was lying, per usual. And so she starts cursing and getting very close. So my coworker Angel, she steps in between us, and I step back, because I ain't getting 6 feet, and I'm not gonna look like I'm aggressive, because you can stand up to a bully all you want, but the second you start getting close, raising your voice, or cursing, you're allowing yourself to get in trouble. And you can stick up to bullies without putting yourself in a place where it can come back to you. So there's a lot of yelling and screaming, and it was a mess. And we kept calling management there, but they didn't show up. And eventually they did, like an hour later. But we all banded together and reported her, and it wasn't the first time she had a report against, because this was just basically a new person she was bullying. She had a person she previously bullied that actually quit. And so after that, she got fired, and if I could do it again, I would do it again. Because you know what? If you want to be a bully, you're going to have to face the consequences. And if you're witnessing someone getting bullied, do stand up for them, because I would hope someone would do the same for me. Just just like Angel did to me. So